Well, we continue the celebration of the 2002 World Championship team. There he is. Doesn't have the red goatee, though. Scott Spiezio throwing out the ceremonial first pitch and getting the big hug from Joe Madden.
That was awesome.
Kind enough to join us here at the broadcast booth. Great to see you again, man.
Hey, thank you. It's great being here.
And we had a chance to talk to you last year, and this is going to be pretty cool having the 2002 team kind of getting back together, especially for Saturday's induction.
I'm so excited to see everybody, and it's just going to be a great time. We're getting to, a lot of us are staying at the same hotel, and we're going to hang out here for 2-3 days.
Nice.
Yeah, Scott, I was wondering how often you get a chance to be able to talk to the guys from that 2002 World Series team.
A lot of them I haven't talked to since probably that year, but some of them I see, like Kennedy I saw quite a bit, and Timmy I've seen now a couple times, and Percival, but there's a lot of them that you don't get to see, but as soon as you see them the first time, even if it's 10 years down the road, you feel like it's you start off right where you left off.
It's nice to see Joe Madden down on the field, and I know he impacted a lot of guys' lives, not only in the big leagues, but also in the minor leagues coming up through the system.
Just an incredible guy, and just the knowledge, and he knows his stuff, he studies his stuff, and he's stuck with it, and that's why it paid off, and I told him I was proud of him, I love watching and rooting for these guys. I'm telling my girlfriend all the time, well, look, this was our pitching coach, and this is our bench coach, and this is my first base coach, my third base coach, Renicky, and geez, everybody's done so well, and it was such a great group of guys. That's the thing. We were truly a family, and I feel like every one of them is my best friend.
I mean, you had a ton of success in the postseason that year. In Game 6, when you go up to the plate, I mean, do you look for a zone, or were you looking for a certain pitch? I mean, you get a lot of those reports. You mentioned Joe Madden, who was so good as far as giving that information.
Yeah.
What do you do at that point? What are you looking for?
Right there, I was actually sitting on off speed after I had 2 strikes, because I knew this guy could drop a changeup or a slider on me, and so I trusted my hands well enough to react if something came over the plate, and he kept throwing 97 away, and I kept following him off, just staying alive. And the only thing I was thinking was just trust your hands, get something. I was trying to drive the ball in the gap over here just to get a run on the board, and just try to get a little spark. And thank God Gene Autry was up there blowing it out.
How did you get the guys and everyone get together and think, okay, wait, we got Game 7 to be able to play that very next day? I know that the feeling in the clubhouse has to be unbelievable, but the reality is you still have to go out and find a way to win Game 7.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Like, once we came back and won Game 6, Game 7 was almost anticlimactic almost. It was weird. I mean, the last out and everything was unbelievable, but that game, I think we just had so much confidence going in, and we could just feel the energy in us, And when I came around and touched home plate and saw Fulmer and Gloss standing there, and then saw Mickey Hatcher with his hat backwards, in the dugout, and Erstad about tackled me, and I could just feel it. All of us had that spark and that ignition that we needed, and it just carried over into Game 7. And I think at Game 7, when I drove to the park, that was like the calmest I had been, through the whole playoffs. I felt so confident and just believed in the team, and we could sense that they were down over there too, but we just came out and we knew if we played our game, we had a good chance.
You mentioned team. When you look at that team in 2002, we talked about the ability to come back, but you look like it was like 25 guys through the entire season. This felt they were not only teammates, but best of friends, and I think that's what helped you guys get through. Even there was, you made it as a wild card team. Oakland was on fire that year, but the reality is you guys played so well together. It seemed like everyone was pulling for each other.
I give credit to Soch on that. We started with, I think, the worst record in franchise history, and everybody was starting to squirm like, hey, who's getting sent down? What's going to happen? They're going to have to make some changes. He sat us down in Seattle, and he said, hey, you know what? I believe in you guys. I don't care if we keep playing like this. If you guys want to keep playing like that, I don't think that's the way you guys are capable of playing. But I'm sticking with you, and we're a team here, and we're family. And, one guy doesn't get it done, you come up behind him, you get it done. And if you believe in that and you play that way, your numbers will take care of themselves. You don't have to worry about it. You focus on the team, and everything else is gravy, you know. And we followed his lead, but it was just it was probably the most well bonded team I've ever been a part of, you know. It still is, you know. I still call it my team, so I feel like we go out there and play right tomorrow, you know, give it a good shot.
You've had a chance to continue to talk and maintain your relationship with Mike Scioscia. Do you think he has changed as a manager throughout the years? And everyone, you know, there's a learning process for everybody. He was relatively new at that point. Obviously a long time here, long-time skipper here. Do you think he's changed as a manager?
You know, I don't get to see him, you know, as far as many games, you know, as I used to, of course. But he seems like when he walked in, he had been a manager, you know, for years, you know, and you would have never known that he was just beginning his, you know, it was first year. And how many years did he manage in the minors? Was it 1? 2? Yeah, it wasn't much. So I mean, he as a catcher, I think, and with the Florida, he was a student of the game when he played, and I think he had that confidence of this is how I'm going to manage, and I know my stuff, and he stuck with it. I mean, that's same with Joe Madden. You know, they believe in themselves and they believe in their players, and I think he's not only the same manager but the same person. You know, he's just a great all-around guy. Always asking about my family, my kids. That's the first thing he's worried about. You know, he's how you doing? You know, how's your dad? How's your son? You know, and how's the music? Yeah. But he's just a great guy. You know, it's awesome.
It's always great to get a chance to see you once again. I know Angel fans love hearing from you and seeing you once again.
They still like that highlight of that home run, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like it, too. I almost started crying out there. I'm like, oh.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Spiez.